Welcome back. In this second orientation video, we will cover what services are available to you, what resources you have access to, and how to access those resources. Our two major services that we are offering are interlibrary loan and research assistance. Interlibrary loan is a way that we request an article that isn't available in our databases. Sometimes an article will be in another database and we can get to it that way. Sometimes, though, we have to ask other libraries if they can send a copy of an article. Typically, we give and receive the article as a PDF. We then email them to the person that requested the article. The problem is that this can take several days or weeks. The earlier you start on your research, the greater the likelihood of using all the best articles. We can also help with research itself, the finding of resources. We can help if you are struggling finding materials in our resources. If you need help, contact us through email, our Skype for Business, or through our online chat feature. The more details about the topic, the greater the odds of finding something useful. Please limit these questions to the resources that we have at LPC. We don't have access to the TCA library resources, so I cannot help with them. LibGuides are an attempt to create a connection between a course and a resource. There are three main types of guides. lifepacific.libguides.com. As I said, there are three types of guides: course guides, subject guides, and general purpose. The course guides are created to connect a specific course to recommended resources. There are 4 course guides that are already up for your program. They are listed by course number. The subject guides are brief guides about one topic or theme. Of interest to your program would be biblical studies and the business guides. The general purpose guides include things like policies, video, tutorials, and how-tos. The graduate guide and our website are also listed as general purpose guides. In our Discovery catalog, you will find all of our books. You do not have access to our physical collection, but you can select ebooks and use those as needed. We have over 200,000 ebooks. Many are business and leadership books hosted by EBSCO. Also in our Discovery catalog are several of our databases. The connection between the catalog and our database is not perfect. We highly recommend that if you are looking for journal articles, you search the individual databases themselves. Our databases can be found at lifepacific.libguides.com/az.php. Let me show you what that looks like. This mentions that we have 26 active databases available to use. Many are not related to your subjects, so use the drop-down menu in the upper left to select your subject. You will notice that we have 11 that are listed as business databases. The top 3 are listed as best bets, meaning those are the most business-oriented. If you scroll down this list, you will find several databases of master's and doctoral theses and dissertations. Those are very helpful for their in-depth research, their currency, that is, they're up-to-date, and useful bibliographies. Once you click the title of the database you want to use, you will be asked to log in if you haven't done so already. Once there, you will enter your topic in the search boxes provided. Most of our databases are hosted by 2 companies, EBSCO and ProQuest. That just means that the page and format will look the same even though you may be searching different databases. At some point in your program, you will need to do some ethical or biblical research. We have 3 major sources for that. In EBSCO is the ATLA Religion Database with ATLA serials, the ProQuest Research Library, and the complete set of IVP Bible dictionaries hosted by Credo Digital Reference. If you become aware of something and you cannot find it in our databases or in our catalog, we can try to get it through ILL, Interlibrary Loan, or you can try Google Scholar. I'll talk a bit about Google Scholar in a couple of minutes. This picture points out where the various sign-in elements are for our various catalogs and databases. In WorldCat Discovery, the upper right, the arrow is pointing at the main sign-in button. After signing in, you can then search the catalog and save lists of titles you might want to use later. Both EBSCO and ProQuest have the option to create profiles. A profile will allow you to save searches and lists of interesting titles. Those will be saved in a folder next to the sign-in. You can create whatever username and password you'd like. To keep things simple, you can use the same username and password combination that you used earlier for our catalog. If you plan on using our ebook collection, then you must create a profile in EBSCO. To download an ebook in EBSCO, you not only have to have a profile, you will also be asked to download an Adobe Digital Reader application. It's like the Adobe PDF Reader, except for larger book-length content. One way to find articles not in our databases is to use Google Scholar. Anyone can use Google Scholar, but it sometimes leads you to articles that you have to pay for to use. We recommend that you set up Google Scholar with any library you have access to. That way, if your library owns it, you can view it without being asked to pay. The other thing is, you can use the Cite feature in Google Scholar and then send the citation to the library, and we may be able to get it through Interlibrary Loan for free. Here are the steps to setting up Google with the LPC library. 1. Go to scholar.google.com. 2. Click the menu. Click the 3 bars on the left. 3. Click Settings and then Library Links. Enter LPC and click Search. Only select the one that says Life Pacific Alumni Library, Get from LPC. Anything else is an old link and won't work. Lastly, click Save. Now when you search Google Scholar, if LPC has the article, it should say Get from LPC next to it. This has been a brief introduction to the LPC library and our resources and services. If you have questions or need clarification about something, please do contact us. Thank you, and God bless you in your studies.